everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making peach cobbler pound cake.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. And so I went and picked peaches, and yes, I picked the peaches because Gimple over there. Anyway,
someone has to run the camera.
I hear that every day. Okay, so if you're using fresh peaches, make sure they're a little soft to the touch. You don't want hard peaches. When I picked these, they were hard. All we did was put out a towel on our little fire thing out there, and Jack put them out twice, like in 2 days in a row, and they are perfectly soft. So what we're going to do is, I'm only going to need a couple of these peaches for our cake, but what I'm going to do is, I'm going to blanch them all, and then I'm going to cut them and freeze them so that way in the winter we can have smoothies or fresh peach cobbler or whatever. So you're going to get a big pot of water boiling, and while that's doing that, you're going to take a sharp knife and you try just to go through the skin. Don't go through too much of the actual fruit, okay? So you're going to cut a little X in the bottom. My knife is very sharp, like that, okay? And then once your water's boiling, you're going to put them in your water for about 30 to 60 seconds. Take one out and see how easy it is to peel. If it's not easy enough to peel with this knife, then put it back in for another 30 to 60 seconds, okay? Alright, so mine took a little bit longer than 30 to 60 seconds, but this is what you're looking for. You're looking for it to start to let go, and then if you take a paring knife and you just pull back, it's as easy as can be, and that's how you want them to come out of your water, okay? Alright, these actually just peeled with my hands. I didn't even use the knife. So once you have them peeled, now you're going to hold them in your hand. Be careful, please do not cut yourself. And you're just going to slice slices out of the peach, like so. And you need 4 large peaches sliced like this for your cake. Now, what I'm doing is I'm kind of separating my peaches right now because some are really soft and some are just soft but a little bit on the firm side. I'm looking for that for the cake so that they hold up. When we turn it upside down, they'll be like, the slices will actually look like slices. But if yours are too soft for the slices, just cut them in chunks and then use them in as chunks. It'll be just as good. Alright, once your peaches are done, what you're going to do is you're going to take half of the peaches and line a bundt pan that has been sprayed really well with Pam. And I just laid them in there just how they'll stand up, okay? Then you're going to take, let me see, a 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter. And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of bourbon or rum. I'm using the peach Jim Beam, because we're making a peach cake. I think it'll be delicious. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that.
2 tablespoons for a cake, 2 tablespoons for cat.
Me. And I'm just going to put it in the melted butter. Okay. Just give that a mix. Alright. In a separate bowl, you're going to take a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, packed brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. I added a little bit more cinnamon only because I'm not a real big nutmeg fan, so I'm going to do a little bit less than what it says, and my other cinnamon will make up for that. So I'm just going to, it says a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I just don't like that much nutmeg, so I'm just going to eyeball it, but you use how much you want. If you like it, use the whole amount. Sometimes I feel like nutmeg is overbearing on the dish. You can use dried nutmeg out of the container too.
The ground nutmeg?
Yeah. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to put in there. I think that's enough for us. And then, hold on, let me put my stuff away. We're going to mix this together. Mix it together really well. Okay. Now on this recipe, you're going to want everything to be pretty much room temperature. It's a lot of steps to it, but it's easy. You can do it. Just follow the steps. That's all.
You can do it!
You can do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to sprinkle half of this mixture over my peaches. And then you're going to pour all of your bourbon and melted butter over that. Just gently pour it around all over. And don't worry about the bourbon, it will burn out in this because this cake's going to cook for a while. So don't worry about it if your kids want to eat this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to making our batter. Alright, moving on to our batter. In your mixture, you're going to put a cup of softened unsalted butter and 2 cups of granulated sugar. We're going to mix this till it's light and fluffy. Start out slow so it doesn't go all over, and then you can increase your speed as you go. And just remember to scrape your sides down. Alright, once it's light and fluffy, you're going to add 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Scrape all that off, get all the goodness off of it. Okay, and we're going to just mix this for 2 minutes. Alright, now that our cream cheese is mixed in, we're going to add in 5 eggs, 1 at a time. And I always crack them into a bowl to make sure there's no shells and that they're not a bad egg.
Bad egg.
Bad egg. Okay. And just stir that in so it's all mixed. Alright, once your eggs are mixed in, you're going to get 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/3 cup of milk. The milk and the vanilla extract put into a measuring cup, and you're going to sift or with me whisk your dry ingredients. Now we're going to put these dry ingredients in. I'm going to do probably about a 1/3 at a time. Do not over mix this. As soon as that flour is mixed in nicely, then we're done. Actually, I'm going to get a clean towel. This is a little trick if my flour screen got broke, so I'm too cheap to buy another one. I'm too cheap to buy another one, so I just use a towel over it and just kind of do it slowly at first, and once the flour's mixed in, you take the towel away. Just like that. Just make sure you keep scraping down your sides and the bottom of your bowl. Alright, just on low, we're going to add our milk and vanilla. Just get that mixed in. I'm just going to let it go just real quickly to get it mixed in. Alright, now we're going to bring over our pan. Clean off my mixer real quick.
The batter looks nice.
Yeah, silky. I'm just going to give this one quick through with my spatula. Let me just give one quick stir through, make sure everything's mixed really nicely. Then we're going to spoon half of our batter over these peaches. And just kind of eyeball what's half. Just kind of spread it, put it around so when you go to spread it, it'll be easy.
And it doesn't move your peaches around.
Yeah. It's a little chilly here today, so my butter is holding my peaches together for me. Think that looks like about half, Jackie?
Yep.
Okay. I'll put a little bit more in. I'm just kidding. I need it to mark it. I need to put it in a spot that I missed. Okay, so I'm just taking an offset spatula and I'm just going to smooth this out. Make sure it's nice and even. Now we're going to put the rest of our peaches on. Alright, so I just put my peaches around. I put them pretty tight so we have a lot of peach flavor. And now we're going to sprinkle the rest of our brown sugar and cinnamon mixture over top of these peaches. Just kind of spread it all around evenly.
It smells wonderful. Is it ready to taste yet?
Alright, and then what you're going to do is put the rest of your batter on top. And like I said before, kind of spread it around so that it stays nice and firm on the cake.
Maybe we needed a bigger bun pan.
No, this is fine. That's why they say to put it on a tray, so if it boils over, bubbles over, it's at least caught so your oven doesn't get made a mess of. Whoa.
Keep it up the center.
I know.
That hole in the center is not to be filled with batter.
It's got a few more places to fill in, and then I'll spread it out and put it in the oven.
Remember, that's not plaster you're working with there, that's cake batter.
Okay. Now I'm just going to spread this around. Make it even. Okay. Now we're going to put it in the 300-degree oven for 60 minutes or until toothpick in the center comes out clean. Alright, as soon as your cake comes out of the oven, you're going to flip it over and keep hitting the bottom of the pan until it releases itself. If you put enough Pam on it, it'll release easily. That's how mine did. Mine took about an hour and a half about to cook. But I did mine on convection, which is always a little bit lower. So use your judgment. Keep testing it after an hour, and as soon as I put a knife down in the middle because it's a really deep cake, and mine came out clean. Now you could leave it as it is, or you can make a glaze for it. I'm going to make a glaze for it, but I'm going to just use a little bit. I just want a little bit of more of the peach taste. So I'm going to be using the peach juice that was left over from the peaches that just sat. And you can either use milk, heavy cream, whatever you want. But I'm going to use that. And I will give you measurements later. I'm just not doing as much as they say. I don't like a lot of frosting on my cakes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of powdered sugar and a little bit of the peach juice. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla just to kind of up that flavor. Maybe about a teaspoon, something like that. Doesn't really matter. And then you're going to whisk it really well and get it to your desired consistency. Now if it's too thin, add some more powdered sugar.
Pardon me a minute, I've got to turn my cookies.
If it's too thick, add more of the juice or liquid, whatever liquid you're using. Mine is pretty thin. I'm going to thicken it up a little bit more because I want it to kind of stick to the cake. I don't want it to like be too runny. Now, like I said, you don't even need to do this step if you don't want to. If you think the cake's going to be, you know, too sweet with it on, then just leave it off. This is almost there. I'm going to do a little bit more powdered sugar. I just want a little bit thicker. And I just do a little bit at a time just until I get my consistency right. I think I got a good enough consistency now. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle it over.
Oh, I love the color.
It's from those peaches.
It's peachy colored.
Just kind of do it over the top so it starts to run down. And then we're just going to let this harden up, and then it's time to serve it. If you like it warm, serve it warm.
Oh no. That's going to harden up just a little bit.
Yeah, it will. Okay, and that's it. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.